I just detest rude, unladylike young ladies.
I hope you don't mind me being a tad rude.
I myself am strange and unusual.
Don't be rude.
That is some weird, wild stuff.
Shocking, isn't it?
It's a scandal,
But it's provocative.
Please stop making me blush.
Hello and welcome to Impolite Society, the Society Chats. This is where Laura and I sit down in our off week and do a little chit-chatting, a little bit of get to know, a little bit of how the week's been going. This is what I like to call that part of the podcast that everybody hates, where the hosts say, "Oh, how was your week?" We decided to keep it, but we just put it off in its own little episode. So if you do like it, you weirdo, you can come hang out with us here and get to know us a little bit better. And if you just want to hear taboo science and facts and learning, you can stick to the main episode. So just don't listen to this. Go check out one of our recent fun, sultry topics.
This is us trying to be charming. Let's be honest.
Have I charmed you yet?
Are you not entertained?
Are you not charmed?
Well, I've got big news for Impolite Society.
And I really hope we're charming for this bit.
Because Impolite Society, we have recently started a Buy Me a Coffee page. And if you're not familiar, Buy Me a Coffee is just basically a way for you to send the show a few dollars if you feel so inclined. We've never done this before. We've been on and off on this podcast for 5 years, and we've never taken this plunge. But
so basically, after 5 years of content, we're swinging that tablet around. And we're would you like to leave a tip? That's exactly what's happening.
Yep. But you know, we've been getting more engagement lately, and some people asked if, you know, there was any way that they can contribute or support the show. And we've been kicking it around, right? But we thought, okay, well, we didn't really have a plan, but some people have asked, so let's just go ahead. Let's just take the plunge.
So it's out there. You know, we didn't really want to do, we know money's tight for everybody right now, so I didn't want to do we didn't want to do a Patreon with like a
monthly.
That's a big commitment.
Yeah. Even like $1 a month. I'm like, fucking $1 a month. Subscriptions. I don't like subscriptions. So yeah, putting this out there as just, if you feel like you want to contribute to the content that we've been doing for the last couple of years, please feel free. It's linked in the show notes. And, I'll just give a little plug, right? This is my sales pitch. Obviously, there's the podcast. If you like the podcast, that's why you're listening right now. But the pitch, I guess, for, throwing us a few dollars, we are a completely independent podcast. No network backing here. No iHeartRadio, Spotify.
Although we tried.
Wondery, all that kind of stuff. They get paid a lot of money. This is completely an independent hobby of ours. We pay for everything.
Labor of love.
Yeah, there you go. Labor of love. We pay for everything out of pocket. So anything that you can throw our way helps cover the cost of creating it. And, if you are into this kind of independent podcasting, keeps things a little weird, a little bold, that's a great way to show us some love if you feel compelled to do so. That's my sales pitch. This is probably not a strong sales pitch.
It's good enough for me. I'm going to go donate right now.
No,
but if yourself. There's like a little, I know I'll pay 4% to donate to myself. There's actually like a little message box in there where you can leave a message. If you put a topic or a question in there, we will bump that right to the top of the list. I think
fast track it.
Yeah, I'd say within 2 weeks we'll probably turn that shit around if you support the show. So that is our plug there. We're trying to give back to you guys as much as you guys would be giving to us. And one of the ways that we're going to try to give back, this is like the most conceited thing, I started saying it, is that we're going to tell you more about ourselves. You
Because I
want
know
to
you're just dying to know.
Well, I mean, we've talked about our lives, our media. It's like just kind of a chit chat, but we thought like let's do some more like purposeful get to know yous here. So we've had collected some Q&As, some from the general public, some from my good friend ChatGPT. Hey, thank you for listening. It doesn't listen. It just scrubs all of our online data.
I mean, it does a pretty good job. I'm not going to lie. Like, I feel like it gets us. Like that on TikTok, we have a TikTok that we occasionally post to, and Rachel did a roast our podcast thing. I'm like, oh man, I do. I feel like they really get us. They understood the assignment.
I did a little bit of tweaking, so that's a fun little internet. That's a fun little society chats golden nugget. It's like about 90% AI and like 10% me.
Yeah. Well, you guys work well together. A+.
Yeah. It gave me all the base jokes, and I tweaked them a little bit.
ChatGPT jokes are not bad.
No. It said we got all our information on Wikipedia, and I could not stand for that.
No.
So I swapped that with Google Scholar.
There you go.
And 30 Rock. I added that bit, too.
I was like, oh, man, that's kind of a deep cut. I can't believe that GPT
that was
got that.
me.
That was you.
That was me. You know.
I like it. I like the peek behind the curtain.
Yeah, and that's the kind of content that you would be donating towards when you support. No, God,
lot of 30 Rock references.
Yes.
Do you remember when we did that guest episode where all we talked about was 30 Rock?
Vaguely. I can't. Was we supposed to? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
God, we used to guest, and that's back when we were charming. Okay, here's a question for you guys, the listeners.
Oh,
are we less charming than we used to be?
No.
I felt like we used to be more like, blah, 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 like everything, or was it just fun and exciting because it was new?
I think that's probably it. Because I think we were probably always the same. Well, we used to, maybe we had a bit more try hard, you know, like we were on TikTok trying to do like cutesy stuff.
Not talking about like the shows. I'm going to have to go back. Like, is our chemistry getting worse? Are we just getting too comfortable with each other? Do we not have any zing anymore?
No such thing.
Well, you tell us, listeners. So you can tell us, please affirm us. But also send us your questions so you don't have to pay money either. You know what's completely free? Leaving us a 5-star rating and review. So if you put a question into a 5-star rating, then we will answer it in
Spotify
upcoming
or Apple.
Yeah, we'll track it down. Like we don't soft stalk ourselves. Come on. But anyways, this is so here we're gonna without further ado, we're just asking so much of you right now. It's just supposed to be us giving back to you. And so here we go. So let's dig into getting to know Laura and Rachel a little bit better with some cues. You got the Q's, we got the A's. Okay, first question. Let's this one. Oh my gosh, we should try to guess the others because we talk about these things on the show. Okay, here's a swap. What is your co-host's last 3 hyperfixations?
Ooh. Okay, I'm going to go first. Skincare. Because we just talked about it. Your skincare routine. I know you just listened to the prosecutor's 12-part thing on Min Lee's murder, the serial case.
Yes. Thank you for not calling it the murderer's name because I'm centering the victim.
Yep. And third thing, Mormon wives? Because you just texted me about it yesterday.
No. Okay. So those are things. Yeah, those are definitely things I've been consuming. But I would say hyperfixations are even more intense.
Even more than the 12-hour prosecutors. 14.
Yeah, well, that was just that's what I listened to when I was laying on the floor of my son's room. That's just things I was going to do anyway. I would have said my really big hyperfixations lately have been way back at the beginning of the year. I looked at the last quarter. I don't know. I worked in quarters.
Duh. Tutors.
Yes. Tutors was one. And then also the Pioneers, the Donner Party.
Yep.
I did that. Mm-hmm. And then my most recent one, which I also talked about today, is my dinosaur video game. Not specifically dinosaurs, which I am getting back into, but the video game. I watch people play it on YouTube. That's how sad my life is. But That's my 3. Oh, you did really good, though, because those are all 3 things. You're a very good listener and attentive.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah,
because
your turn.
I'm not going to do as good. I know the John Benet Ramsey case because you were like deep
I was
in
deep
that.
into it. Yeah. And we talked about it on an episode.
Yeah. And I know what has Laura been posting about on Reddit? Because I feel like you sent me a link to a post that you did on Reddit or something.
I'm trying to think of what Reddit post I would have sent you. I do post on Reddit a lot.
You've been trying to minimalize your closet.
I've been trying to minimalize everything.
Yes.
Get rid of.
Now I got to put myself back into the headspace of what has been going on earlier this year. Dude, I said to swap this and I should not.
You feel very put on the spot.
Yeah.
All right, I can help. Do you want me to help?
Thank you.
Okay.
Apparently, I'm the worst friend.
Right now, my hyperfixation is
your eye.
That is one of them. I spend
I knew it was something.
Ridiculous amount of time researching eyeballs now on the internet, reading academic papers and studies to get the answers that I want, which I have not yet found. But yeah, that's a big one. I just went to the doctor again today.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What is that, like 15 visits, I feel like, in the last
I think
couple months?
6th or 7th. And it's not me being just like a hypochondriac. Like there was
problems there.
Yeah, there are problems. And so I'm trying to get them resolved, and I'm not just going to sit around and wait. So anyway, yes, eye is one of them. The John Benet Ramsey case around Christmas was definitely a huge one. And then I would say another one going on right now would be the cleaning the closet and like the buy nothing or like reducing.
Yes.
Is definitely part of it. I read a blog post the other day about how to reuse old party decorations so you never have to and it's like it's gonna turn me into a hoarder. It's like you kind of have to choose, right?
Right.
It's like, are you gonna buy nothing or are you gonna be a hoarder? Or
and like
have a
keep
clean house?
everything.
Yeah. Because I could make a bunch of shit out of like old streamers. Like it was cute. They were like, you can make party toothpicks out of the streamers and da 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 da.
Party toothpicks?
Like the ones that got like the little like
poofy
bits
gotcha.
at the end.
But you
Those
should
kind
buy
of things.
toothpicks.
But no,
I don't think I've ever bought toothpicks in my life.
Seriously?
No.
How do you check the interior of a cake?
Chopstick, baby. They come for free.
That's too thick. You can
put
make a
icing-
big hole in your cake.
You put icing over it. What?
You're
Nobody
releasing
cares.
all the steam. Mary Berry and Paul Hay would have things to say.
I'm
about
not
that.
a good baker. I will put that on down. I'm not a chemist. I cook from the heart, like improv jazz.
From
my
a
dad,
box.
my dad, my husband's like, wow,
My
this is
Dan.
really, really good. And I'm like, enjoy it because I'm never gonna be able to replicate it.
I made some scones a few weekends ago for a book club because it was like a British themed book. Fucking flat as a pancake, like hockey pucks. And I was like, I fucking followed the goddamn recipe, and this happened the last time I made them too. And I'm like, I'm never making scones again.
Yeah, I feel like scones are hard. My mom
They
says
are.
they're easy. She's got.
Well,
like, a
I'd like
recipe
to
or
see her
whatever.
scones because it all depends on your definition of success.
What a
right?
scone is.
Yeah.
No, they're good. I mean, I'm not kicking any kind of pastry out of bed.
They
If
should
it's-
be tall like a biscuit. Like
Yeah.
That's how your moms are?
Yeah.
I need her secrets.
I don't know, but I think you also shoot for harder recipes because you struggled with the Spitz cookies or whatever they're called.
Spritz, yeah.
And my dad was like, I don't know, I just make them.
Did you ever get the answer? Does he use powdered
Yeah,
sugar
I
or
texted
granular?
you. I texted you on Christmas or something. I literally, it's in our messages somewhere.
But you don't remember which
No,
one?
I don't make
Damn
them.
it. All right, I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna look.
These
back.
MFers got decades left. I'm not trying to learn this stuff yet.
Okay,
They better.
next questions.
Okay. Okay, you pick. You pick the next one.
What is a completely normal body thing that no one warned you about? This is going to be hard to answer for our co-hosts. Let's just go ahead and just do regular.
What?
Like, it's hard for me to answer for
Oh,
you.
yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to do that for the hyperfixations because that's the things we actually talk about.
Got it.
Do you want to go with this one first?
Sure. Dude, I feel like aging in general, like people did warn you about it, but like
you can't understand it.
Can't. Yeah, it's like parenthood. You don't know until you're in it, and aging is one of those things because my body's fucking falling apart, man.
It's not fair.
It's not. It's not fair. I've never had this many problems before, and
I'm literally gonna start touching my toes right now. I
Well.
don't know, because mobility is the other thing.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about my toenail fungus, which I
Oh God, no, don't. I don't want to hear about that. No, I just mean like, so there's things that your normal operating systems just start failing, but also like, you know, the things that you've neglected over time. I'm not a limber person, so I feel like that's all going to go.
I'm still limber, but I like have like zero stamina or anything. But I mean, I don't work out, and I need to work on it. But just like my body's falling apart, my fucking eye is not even just the blocked tear duct, but just like my eyesight is failing as I'm getting older. Like it's getting worse, and I notice it, and it's fucking awful.
Yeah, just get stronger prescriptions. My eyesight's been on a progressive downslide since I was like 11. So
Yeah,
it's just never stopped getting worse.
It's just the roller coaster is like, you know, reach that like pinnacle moment. You know, you're reaching like peak.
Like you can't read the menu.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've experienced that when we play our bird board game. I'm like, I can't read these cards.
Mm-hmm.
I have to get my cell phone light out. Oh, that is a good one.
What about you?
I would say something I don't think anybody told me about belly button hygiene. I just distinctly remember I was a child, so it wasn't like a recent thing. But I do distinctly remember realizing that you need to clean in there. Like I was looking and I was like, there's hairs sticking out of it. And I'm like, pull out the hairs out of my belly button.
And like that little like lint ball.
Yeah, and I expected like there was like a seed sprouting in there. It was just nuts. I can't believe I never knew that.
And it's got a distinctive smell too. Like
that was the other
belly
thing.
Button stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's sweat. It's like a sweaty whatever. And I was like, how did I not know? Why did I think that I didn't have to clean this?
Fun fact, at one point I was like looking at Amelia's belly button and I was like, oh, and I was like, oh God, I don't know that I've been on it for the girls. Yeah.
Shoot, I need to do that. Next bath, I'm digging in there because
they don't like it either. Because they're like, ugh.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Nobody likes
when
it.
I started.
I know, and I've asked this of my husband before, and I never remember his answer. But when I push in my belly button, it like hurts somewhere it shouldn't.
Right, it like pings in a weird spot
in your crotch. Somewhere in your crotch. I'm like, is it my vagina? Is it my urethra? Like, where is it?
It's probably hitting a nerve in your like column or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, the vagus nerve maybe. Is that the one that
I don't like thinking about nerves. I don't like thinking about that stuff. Ugh.
But yeah, it pings in the crotch somewhere and you're like, ugh. And so I think Austin said the same thing. So I think dudes experience that same thing. But yeah, that's got to be it. You're absolutely right. Nerves.
You're just touching something. And that makes it even worse.
Why does that gross you out?
I don't know. I don't like the idea of touching innards of my parts. Like, my kids, this is really gross. When we sit on, like, the couch and read a book, they play with my veins. And they, like, move my veins around
I do that
under
with
my skin.
I used to do that to my dad all the time.
Apparently it's a kid thing, and they do it, and I hate it.
It drives me see mine. Mine are kind of like you can see them underneath the skin, but they don't like pop out. Do yours pop out?
Do.
Yeah, you're skinny. That's why.
So.
Yeah, my dad he would have they're all like raised on the back of his hand, and I remember tracing it with my finger when I was a kid.
I kind of think I remember doing that as a kid too.
Yep.
I hate it. Now I have these permanent bracelets that they play with instead.
Like, that was your ulterior motive.
No, it wasn't. I just I like it didn't hurt, but once I realized what they were doing, I'm like, ugh. So I don't like any of that.
Inner parts.
Yeah, no, they say don't play with the inner. Also, if you like. I used to like getting like my back of my knees tickled, and there's like a big vein back there, and I don't like that being touched either.
Back of my knees are very ticklish.
Oh, see, I like it. The sensitive skin. See, now we're getting more. Now, listeners, do you like having the back of your knees tickled? Tell us about it.
You know, you've always made that joke about the back of your knees. I always thought that was kind of a euphemism for something, but
no, that's a
apparently
joke.
not.
No, it's not. It's not real, like a sensual thing. It's because I don't have any jokes that are original. They're all recycled from somewhere. I have a very steel trap memory. That is a recycled joke from Family Guy. They make a joke about like a secret vagina in the back of the knees. So again, as much as I would like to credit myself with being somebody with like an interesting like erotic zone, but it's this. I stole it from Family Guy. Literally every joke I've probably ever said, I've gotten from somewhere else. That's why some of them don't make any sense. I know, not funny in reality. Okay, here's one I like.
Okay.
Who is your ultimate I could fix them character crush? Like, who could you fix? Like, somebody who is, like, irredeemable.
Irredeemable bad?
Yeah, like somebody, like, I could fix them. I don't know. It could be anybody. It doesn't have to be bad. I have two.
Okay. You go first, because you've got
okay, so I'll set the groundwork. So,
I know one of them.
Who?
Phantom of the Opera.
I could fix him. No, actually, why would I want to? I just want to be with the sexy.
That's what I was saying. I was like,
guys.
there's people that I don't want to fix.
Right. No. So my two are from. Yeah, it's just like, who would you want to date? That's like not
dateable.
Yeah. So like the Phantom, that's a good one. That is a really good one. I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking recency bias from the other show I do with my sister. The Ship Happens.
Yeah.
Two that I'm like crushing on big. One is the hot priest from Fleabag, and that guy, I know I keep telling you to watch it. You got to watch it. It's so good. I love him. He's just so troubled but so charming, and it's just I'm like, oh, I want to date you. I could fix you.
Okay, that's
true
one.
And then the second is again another episode of Ship Happens.
Oh God, I know that actor. He's
pretty famous.
Yeah.
Oh really? Oh,
yeah,
I like
he's
him.
got when he was on
He was on something I knew you'd like.
Sherlock. He was in Sherlock, and he has a very weird way of playing Moriarty, and he weirds me out.
Oh, well, I want to date him as a hot priest. Have you seen him in a priest outfit?
Nope.
There you go. As a vulnerable and
sexually
flawed.
repressed.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was nice. And then the other one is like it's a bad one. It's not like I want to date him, but I'm like rooting for the couple. See, now I've gone straight into Ship Happen modes. I'm like, I'm rooting for the couple. But I really wanted to believe that Sauron could be fixed in the Lord of the Rings prequel to the TV
But you
show.
know that he can't.
No, he's like evil incarnate.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I think he really liked her. So those are my two big, and Phantom.
I mean, okay, this is a hard one because I'm like, what? Like, I mean, I like a lot of bad boys, you know.
Yeah,
There's some
is it
that
going to
are
be Dick
just-
Winters or somebody from World War II? That was a real
That's
person.
what immediately what I thought when you thought like I could fix them. I was like, yeah. I mean, pretty much everybody in Band of Brothers. I'm like, oh, you need a hug so bad. Or like,
yeah, I should have known. I should have even put that one
you
down.
need the love of a woman. But like, I mean, when I think of like bad guy characters that I am just, you know, kind of gaga for, this is a deep cut. I don't think have you ever seen the movie Logan, the third Wolverine movie?
No, I have no desire.
I know you hate superheroes. But so the first Wolverine was pretty good. The second Wolverine was shit. And then the third one came out. And then I was like, you're not going to fool me. I know that the third one is going to be even shittier than the second one. Wrong. It was really, really fucking good. And the main villain in it is played by Boyd Holbrook. And he is a very, very sexy man. And he's a very, very bad guy in that movie, but he is so fucking hot. And it was funny because like I went down like at the time when the movie came out, I went down like an internet rabbit hole, you know, and was like looking at the fanfics and everything, and there were like all these people who were like, no, he's not as bad as because he's objectively sexy.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, there's all these stories where like, no, it's not really what you think it is, and all this different kind of stuff. And then I fell in with this camp that were like, dude, you don't have to like make excuses. You know what I mean? Like, he can still be like basically an evil Nazi, and you could still be like, yeah, but he's really fucking hot. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yes. Morality and sex appeal do not have to go hand in hand.
yeah, exactly. Stop making excuses for him. I don't know.
The fact that it's wrong makes it feel so right.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Okay. I think we have time for one more fast one.
Do you want to
get to pick
the lightning round?
Oh, yeah. The true crime. Yeah. I felt like I couldn't think of any other cases.
I got another one. I can add one. The Michael Peterson staircase.
I don't think I know enough about it. So I've fallen back into true crime vis-a-vis my prosecutor's podcast, where I stole, again, lots of ideas from, like the 5-star rating and review questions thing.
It's a great show. Go check it out. I'm just discovering it after Rachel did. So if you like true crime and you like the deep cuts.
I can't remember. Something about Serial crossed my homepage on Reddit, and somebody recommended it. And I really agreed with a lot of what they said. So who doesn't like to hear their own thoughts and opinions echoed back to them? And I don't want to give it away, but I didn't necessarily agree with them on the other big case that I listened to. But
okay.
Any hoodle. So we've both fallen back into true crime. I think you were always more
been there.
into true crime.
Yeah.
Because you like to watch your Forensic Files, which I was thinking of that. When I was trying to guess your hyperfixations, I was like, those aren't hyperfixations if they've always been there. Like the true crime and the World War II and those kind of things. So I'm like, those don't count. Anyways, that's just me trying to make myself feel better about getting two, maybe. Anyway, so I've re-listened to the 14-hour episode of our series on the serial case of Heyman Lee. And I thought it was really good. And then I also went back and listened to John Benet Ramsey, which, if you remember from earlier this episode, 20 minutes ago, those were both in our hyperfixation list of what we've been doing lately. So I thought it would be fun if we did a lightning opinion comparison on what we thought the outcomes of the cases were. And I think, we might know some of what the other one says if you've found our old big talk on true crime. Is that a big talk or is that an Impolite Society?
I think it's an Impolite Society.
Okay. I think it's a big talk. Steel Trap Memory.
Oh, okay. I'll go with you. It was a big talk then.
So it might be out there.
Which are out there somewhere if you want to find them.
Yep. Somebody keeps downloading them. If I see it on our stats every once in a while, I'm like, oh no. But they're out there. And we talked about the serial case, but for the lightning round, we're going to count down and we're both going to say what we think about the case. So starting with Adnan Syed, guilty or innocent? Those are our choices. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1.
Guilty.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've gotten into discussions with cousins at family get-togethers. Well, I'm better prepared. When it happened, I was not prepared. I was like, I just remember a strong feeling that he did it.
Yeah.
And then she was trying to tell me all this stuff. I'm like, listen, I don't know off the top of my head.
But now you're going back and you're like, nope, I stand by it. Guilty.
Yeah. He literally called her at 12:30 the night before he killed her. They talked on the phone for a few minutes. He said that she was begging him to get back together. She was literally on the phone with her new boyfriend.
Yeah.
While he called her. She was doodling his name, her new boyfriend's name, in her journal about how much she loved him. And then Adnan was saying she was trying to get back together with him. And then he later told his guidance counselor there was some kind of snafu with prom. So my guess is that he asked her to prom on that phone call and she said no. And that's when he was like, oh, this is
lost
done.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, look at the facts. Him and Jay were together all day.
Yep.
That's proven by the phone calls and the pings. And
then Jen and the corroboration.
Right. So and when people say if it's not Adnan, it's Jay. And I'm like, well, they were together anyway. So what are you trying to say? Also, there's no fucking reason for Jay to kill this random girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
No reason.
Yep.
Anyways, and I won't even entertain Don because that's just insane.
That's
he
the
literally
new
clocked
boyfriend,
it.
right?
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
been dating for who kills somebody that they've been dating for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Anyways, at the end of the day, he took it way more seriously. She had a series of boyfriends before him. This was his first girlfriend, so he thought it was the end of the world. Anyways, I don't need to get into it. Listen to the prosecutors. Or let us know what you think and how I'm wrong, because I'm not really digging into conspiracies on Reddit. I'm dealing with the court case. I read the defense file.
Love it. Next one.
Okay. Yes. And so this is your hyperfixation. John Benet Ramsey. Was it a family member or was it an intruder? Okay. Do you got your answer?
Yep.
Oh, I'm not sure.
3, 2, 1. We gotta go. Come on.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Intruder.
Family member.
No, I think it's a family member. I just had to get some kind of
Dissonant? No. Dissent, whatever.
conflict.
Words.
So why do you
There
think
go.
it was a family member?
Because nothing else makes sense. I mean, the whole fucking case doesn't make sense, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a train wreck.
It is an
total
absolute.
botched.
It's an absolute botch, an absolute train wreck. There is no way that we're ever gonna know. And, but I mean, just statistically, it's the most likely she was found in the house. You know what I mean? It's just. I mean, yeah, I could talk forever about the reasons why I think that it's them. But you know what? The main thing that I will go back to, with the thing that made the Ramseys look the absolute worst, is they refused to sit down with a police interview for 4 fucking months after your child was murdered in your home. That is ridiculous. I don't care what kind of lawyers you have or different kind of things. That is ridiculous. You need to sit down. There is some sort of cover up happening in that moment, because there's no other reason why you would not sit down and fucking answer questions.
No, I agree on that. Yeah, that is shady as hell. It definitely shows that we're like trying to protect ourselves more than we're trying to solve the case.
Exactly.
And it being in her handwriting, Patsy's handwriting, in her notebook, having scratched out versions of it in the notebook. Nobody sat and wrote that lengthy ass ransom note in their house. Yeah. That's insane.
I know.
That's I said intruder because that's the conclusion that the prosecutors came to. So I'm like,
well, man, I'm going to disagree with them then.
Yeah, I just feel like they didn't. I guess they both have kids, so they just like didn't want to believe that a parent could do that to their child.
Yeah.
And they went overkill. If they did do that, they literally went to the max with trying to cover this up. Who makes a garrote? Who does that to their child? Like, that's
out of all the
fucked
materials
up.
that were there in the house, nothing was new, nothing was brought. It was all materials in the house.
Yeah, and there
People
was nothing was disturbed. The house was a mess. It just was. It doesn't make sense. There was no boots outside, or was there like some tracks? It snowed and there was no tracks in the snow. Yeah. It had to have been somebody in the house. And I don't think it was anything as nefarious as what people concoct all these horrible situations about a
like some
abuse.
weird sex game like between the father and the daughter.
Yeah. And I find it so ironic because these people are accusing the Ramseys of sexualizing their child, but then these people jump on that same train of thought, like just because she was in pageants, she must have been, being abused by somebody, right? Because that's what people, they're sexualizing her. And I'm like, you're sexualizing her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Weirdos.
Yeah, I think it was an accident, and then things went terribly wrong, whether it was Patsy or Burke, which has always been my pet theory, or John, right? John, John's the dad. If something happened on accident, and the entire family is covering it up.
That has to be. I mean, they must be unhinged because that cover-up was insane. Yeah. What they did, the extents they went to. Yeah. But yeah, it just, not that I say that I can see how it would happen, but don't underestimate the amount of stress a mom feels in the month of December, right? That's fair. And especially with lack of sleep and a travel plan the next day. Like, I could see that kindling being built. And if there is something wrong, like, boom, the match is lit, the fire goes up.
Yeah. And then like the worst possible confluences of events.
Right. And that could be my coping too. And we're long. Apparently we shouldn't have opened this door on true crime. But like I guess it could also be me. I don't want to live in a world where somebody random breaks into your house and kills your kid, takes your kid.
Yeah.
Like if it is a parent, like that's something that I have control over. I have control over my actions.
Yeah.
So that feels better to me too.
No, I can totally see that. Because, the boogeyman, it would literally be a boogeyman. And I don't want to believe in boogeymen, that come in completely unseen, unknown, like a ghost.
Yeah, didn't knock anything over. Or didn't leave any evidence that they were in the house.
Yeah, exactly.
Other than some weird stuff on her clothes, her underpants.
Depending on who you ask. The touch DNA is all...
Yeah.
The DNA is a very big
Botched.
question mark. Yes, botched. The whole... Anyway, you're right. We're going long. We don't need to talk about this.
We're not a true crime podcast. We've always said that. But, now we're trying to ride on its backs a little bit.
All right. I think we should wrap this shit up.
We got to record a real episode.
Damn straight. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Let us know with your own questions on our 5-star rating. Leave us a 5-star rating along with a question. Or feel free to bounce on over to that Buy Me a Coffee page. We will prioritize any questions that you have and any topic suggestions that you have.
Yeah. We've gotten some interesting questions from folks who've reached out.
Yeah, we
So
have
if
indeed.
Which I'm not going to answer that. I'm not going to say for free. That's going to take at least a 5-star rating or review for me to answer those questions, homie.
I concur. All right, guys. Well, stay curious. Keep marching to the beat of your own drum. And we will see you back in a week.
Bye-bye.